Did you miss your deadline to renew your Medicaid coverage? You can still send your completed annual review form to Healthy Connections Medicaid. You may be assigned to another health plan, but you can ask to come back to First Choice within 60 days of renewed Medicaid eligibility. It's your family. It's your choice. First Choice is the right choice. Renew and choose us. Visit selecthealthofsc.com/renew to learn more.
J360 Radio.
Actually, yes, this is the J360 Mini Bites here on J360 Radio, and it is hosted by J.M. Brady, and I am your host, J.M. Brady, otherwise known as J-Man, but let me just get to the point of this. Yeah, we're going to have a lineup this week of the same old. It won't be a jams week this time, but you are getting a Hangouts episode this week in addition to a... Now, the reason why I went ahead and I turned down the main theme song of this is because it's a rough time. You see, we got some crazy stuff going on. And not only that, whereas there's been some cases that one of the vaccines, the Johnson & Johnson single shot one, actually can cause blood clots or something. And it was found out in like 6 women. I want to say 4 or 6 women, allegedly, they managed to contract something with. Very serious. Not to mention that a lot of people are acting out and going crazy because they either A, can't find a job, or B, they are going through real rough patches and losing different things. In addition to, like, itself, I mean, well, with the GOP trying to back up and bring Donald Trump back in for 2024. And the main real problem for me is, once again, capital punishment is being used on my brothers out there. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. See, it doesn't take much nowadays. And one way or another, it's been a constant problem in the black community, whereas, you know, police officers using that deadly force for very minute and minor things and feel as though they can go ahead and, you know, have the right to take a life. And unfortunately, the way the government's set up, they have that ability to do so, especially when it comes to policing. And while there are some unscrupulous individuals out there, unfortunately, and it doesn't make anybody look good, and on both sides, I should say. Hell, not both sides, all sides. The thing is that not every person that has that ability or that freedom, per se, to drive or to go anywhere or do what they need to do to make this otherwise crazy-ass lifestyle livable is a criminal. But the thing about it is that people will suspect you of anything, especially if you are a minority. You know, along with all the hate and stuff like that going on. Like, as I try to provide an escape and as I try to provide a way for, like, us to do different things so that we can function around here, because you need good to go with the bad. Unfortunately, it just seems to be like there's not a lot of resolution coming from that. Like, defund the police doesn't mean get rid of the entire police department. It means one way or another, don't make them militaristic and then kind of, at the same time, work on being a part of the community like anything else. You know, the reason why we had that there, you know, and I actually explained it on a J-Man Show episode. And you see, the tone of this whole thing is, now that we're getting closer to warmer weather, this stuff's starting to... Not just like COVID. COVID's already a problem. And then unemployment and bad infrastructure all throughout the country is already a problem. You see? Things that need to get done, they need to be resolved. And it's a revolving door because for some reason, I think the ones that are in power either A, really, really like this stuff, or B, one way or another finds that as a way to go ahead and get some sort of cred or some sort of rise out of this. Some people like this stuff going on. Some people want to see the world burn. And as many times as we always talk about unity and as we talk about coming together as a people, even when we go ahead and we say Black Lives Matter, you know, those of us involved in that whole thing, as a willing participant or not a willing participant, we seem to have a hard time connected with each other too, because there's always that other line to it. Now, will I say that the police officers are right? Hell no. Will I say that one way or another, the way things are being handled are actually beneficial for this social climate that we have? Once again, hell no. Because you see the incident with Jacob Blake, he got shot 7 times. And you see, he's going to be paralyzed for the rest of his life. But the police officer that did the shooting, he's now back on duty. No repercussions at all. And then you see the lady that just recently shot the latest one on the list, Devontae Wright, 20-year-old father. And the thing is, he was stopped because of an air freshener in his rear view window. What the hell is that? That doesn't show the sign of actually doing something, indecent or disorderly. I mean, at the end of the day, a long time ago, like when I was a kid, used to put stuff up in the back window, Like, so that's pretty much that liability and that gateway for them to use physical force on you like that. And then the lady that shot him, let's just be real. She was saying, I'm going to tase you. I know you've seen the video. But you see, right then and there, she didn't pick up no taser. She used her gun. She used her gun and shot him right there in the back all those times. And she has 26 years on the force. So, did you just say that there's a delay in judgment for her to, I don't know, somehow forget her gun and her taser? That's just weak, man. She knew what she was doing. Matter of fact, she resigned not too long ago. But you wonder this, is she still going to get pension? Is she still going to get all that stuff? Probably so. Because there's somebody, that damn buddy system is keeping an eye out on all these people and protecting them. And then, they're still doing the whole thing with the George Floyd case right now regarding Derek Chauvin. And I can only imagine what the final verdict is going to be on that. You know what I'm saying? And we can go all the way back down to Trayvon Martin with Zimmerman. Zimmerman's still out there. He gloats about this stuff. Just one way or another. It's enough to really, really piss you off. And the thing about it is, I never looked at the police as protect and serve anyway, even as a kid. They'll tell you straight up, it's not about protect and serve. That's PR so that we feel comfortable. The thing is, they're supposed to be there to maintain order, no matter how disorderly it is, and to bank on the judgment that they have. And I don't know whether it's the badge, or I don't know whether it's the idea of the uniform, all that stuff, but you see, that whole thing exists right there pretty much to maintain order. But outside of all that stuff, they're just as flawed as you and I are. They go out drinking. They go out doing a bunch of wild things. Some of them engage in illegal activities. Some of them are in on the people that they're supposed to protect us against. I mean, the list goes on and on. One way or another. It's not blue and black. It's really, really gray. You understand what I'm saying? Who watches The Watchmen? And things like that. And it's really unfortunate that we're here. There's things that I don't agree with my own people about. But then there are things that, I don't agree with the whole world about. And it's really, really damn tiresome to have this same conversation all the time. And the funny part is that if I talk about it as a black man talking about black problems and racial disagreements and all sorts of other strife in this country, I can't talk about it because either A, the algorithms will come along and they'll try to censor me, or they'll try to push back episodes, won't upload things, or find a way to be like, yeah, we know that you're taking a stance and you're talking about it, but we would actually prefer if you didn't talk about it, as a way to keep the community open and safe. So you're just going to lull them in a false sense of security, right? See, J360 Productions at present is not made for kids. Maybe I'll do a J360 Kids thing at some point. But you see, the thing is, you got to have this conversation and you got to be honest about it, because one way or another, keep delaying it, keep denying it, keep all this other stuff that people love to do, because, see, one way or another, nobody likes to take responsibility for things unless it benefits them or unless it gives them some cred. And then you see, the thing about it is, they go on that stuff and they try to hide this crap, and that's not cool. One way or another, you shouldn't fall asleep at this stuff. You shouldn't hide it at all. Even when things kind of died down after the George Floyd riots and stuff, you got to realize this stuff will never end. America has always had problems with race. But here's the thing, that they brought a lot of those people against their will here years ago because they wanted free labor. That's why. And it don't make no sense. And then there's quite a lot of things that go down at the same time, to the point where you realize, yeah, sure, we're free, but then there's other ways of trying to entrap us in some things too. And it's pretty damn disgusting. And all I keep saying, stop the damn lying. Let's do something about this. Let's hold people accountable. Let's go on ahead and try to take back some power here, or one way or another. Time's up. We've seen it enough. Have you seen how that list has grown as of late? And I mean on everything. I mean, at the end of the day, there's no reason why, none of us can have a livable wage, whether you go to college or not. There's no reason why, those of us got to live in fear of trying to get by on what we need to do or anything, even while we walk out in the day. Or then again, you ain't got to walk outside for the police to come after you. Nowadays, they can go in your house and kill you. Botham Jean got killed by that because this woman thought she was going into her apartment. I mean, you lived there. How do you not know what your apartment is? You understand what I'm saying? And then she ends up shooting the man. Can't even have a bowl of ice cream. That still bothers me. And the fact is that, there is laws being passed where allegedly they don't even need a warrant to come in your spot anymore, which doesn't make any sense entirely too. Who the hell would go for that? I'm just saying, really, who would? One way or another, it's just trying to take control away from us, the people, because we have rights too. But you see, the thing about it is, when you're a minority and are a person of color, chances are those rights that you have are very minuscule compared to the rights that you're supposed to have. And it's getting really, really ridiculous. Well, actually, it's been ridiculous. It's just right now it's coming to a head. And there's no denying it. You cannot unsee this stuff. Now, this country should be a melting pot. It should come together in quite a lot of things, one way or another. It's funny that a lot of these outspoken would-be shock value kind of people out here, the racists that should not be named, because Lord knows they just do racist things. Don't call them racist after a while. No, give them the whole damn title. And while you're at it, call them an asshole. Because the thing about it is, they're over here glorifying about all this stuff that, one, they never lived in, and two, glorifying about things that they keep imitating other races to do. That's the effery of it all. That's the foolery. That's the lying. That's the one way or another. And I don't see it getting any better from here on out because they're not making the steps to make things better. And somebody always has a hair up their ass about something. And it's pretty damn disgusting. And one way or another, I'm going to keep my eye on that list. And I'm going to always say this. Be safe. Do what you can. Be safe. Be aware. Not scared and aware, but be aware. Because anybody can be on that list. It could be me. It could be any of the podcaster friends I know. It could be any of these creators that I do know out here that could be on that list. And I just see it all the time. And be safe isn't as a way of formality. It's a damn rule. Pay attention to what goes on. So as I go about saying that, though, I just want y'all to know, one way or another, it's a tough time we live in. And, as I try to provide an escape and all that kind of stuff for you, you got to really look at all this other stuff that's going on and just say, something needs to be done about it. Defund the police, or at best, try to see how you can really help. Not thoughts and prayers. I mean, really help those families that are involved out there and film everything. Film everything. Screw it. They're doing what they can to try to pass a law to make that illegal too, which they cannot do. And they cannot take any property of yours, without your permission. And that includes your camera and stuff like that. That's very, very true. Film everything. Pay attention to everything. And speak. They're doing whatever they can to silence you if they will have that attempt. And the thing is, they're not going to silence me because I own this network. I'll talk about anything I want to talk about. And I'm really damn disgusted that some people, even black people, will try to get me to not talk about certain things. And I'm like, you know something? You ain't about the cause. And so I don't give a damn about who's beefing who in terms of Rich Hollywood or anything right now. There's bigger things that need to be looked into. You understand? As I go about that, though, there will be a J-Man Show episode happening tomorrow. And then, of course, there will be a Power Play episode happening soon. And then also there is a J360 Hangout happening. And I have a great guest for that episode dropping on Friday. So you got some things coming at you. But right off the bat, I'm just really, really disgusted with America right now. But take it easy, guys. We will talk again. This is J-Man signing off. Peace.
Okay, round two. Name something that's not boring.
A laundry? Ooh, a book club. Computer solitaire, huh?
Ah, sorry, we were looking for Chumba Casino. That's right, ChumbaCasino.com has over 100 casino-style games. Join today and play for free for your chance to redeem some serious prizes. ChumbaCasino.com. No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited by law. 18+ terms and conditions apply. See website for details.